let's talk about the real reason Toys R Us failed. I know it's a touchy subject, especially for some of us like 80s, 90s babies. One of the real reasons, and if you are an 80s, 90s baby, this will so resonate with you. One of the reasons that Toys R Us really failed and really lost their business is because they lost their tribe. They lost their way. A lot of people are blaming it on millennials or blaming it on Amazon, blaming it on Walmart, but I'm going to blame it on they lost the Toys R Us kid. Just what they did. So if you guys grew up in the 80s and 90s, you remember the song, I don't want to grow up, I'm a Toys R Us kid. Yes. You remember the song. And if you look at just about every major brand, especially a brand that's not like the cheapest. So Walmart gets it because they're the cheapest. They're Walmart. But if you're not going to compete on price, you have to compete on something else. And usually what you compete on is your brand and compete on your image and compete on the fact that you have their tribe that is following and wants to be part of your brand. So back in the 80s and 90s, it was cool to be a Toys R Us kid. And here's the thing, there was actually more toy store competition back then, because you remember then we had FAO Schwartz, we had KB Toys, we had all these other stores people can go to, but they kept going to Toys R Us. And the reason why is because they'd already got ingrained in kids with the little jingle, with the whole idea of being a Toys R Us kid, that you should go to Toys R Us. If you're the cool kid, you want to go to Toys R Us. It's like 8-ball jackets and Jordans back in the day. If you were the cool kid, this is what you wore. If you weren't the cool kid, then you had on other stuff and you did other things. But the cool kids did this. Same thing now, how we look at something like Target or iPhones, even Samsung. Most people who have a Samsung Galaxy or something like that, or Note or whatever they call it, or iPhones. I'm an iPhone girl, so I don't know what the other people have. No one even has like a Nokia. They killed a BlackBerry. They killed all these things because they made these the cool kid camps. You either got one or you got the other. Same thing with Target. We talk about the red dot. We talk about the Target. I've got my friend who talks about the Target effect, because Target's made their name for themselves. They made their tribe for themselves. Starbucks. You guys know I'm a Starbuckian. Starbucks, same thing. They've got their tribe. They've got their group of people who will say, I'm a Starbuckian, who will live, love, die for Starbucks. And those are the people that will continue to continue to support. The moment your business loses their tribe is the moment, or doesn't build their tribe, is the moment that you'll lose your way. You will become nothing more than a commodity, meaning that other people, you're not as important. A commodity means they're just going to look for who has what I need, who has the best price of what I need, because you're no longer the cool kid. You're no longer the brand that they have to have. Now it's just like grocery shopping. I can grocery shop anywhere. I'm not really stressed about where I'm going to grocery shop. You want people to think about, where should they be shopping? Is this the cool kid brand? Is this the brand that everybody's wearing? Is this the brand that's got, the stuff that's specifically for me? And that's why Target, that's why Toys R Us pretty much went out of business, because they lost their way of being the cool kids. They lost their tribe. So when they lost their tribe, they definitely lost their foothold in the toy industry, lost their business, and we know what happened from there. So find your tribe.